Are you tired of feeling like you're barely scraping by every month? Do you feel like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to get ahead financially? You're not alone. In fact, there are 10 common money habits that are secretly keeping you poor. And in this video, we're going to expose them all. But don't worry, we'll also give you practical tips on how to break free from these habits and start building real wealth. Let's get all out rich. 1. Chasing shiniest things. Living in a world where appearances matter, it's easy to get caught up in the cycle of consumerism and overspending just to keep up with the latest trends and impress friends. But sacrificing our financial stability for the shiniest things can lead to debt and financial insecurity. Instead of expensive hobbies and interests, invest in ourselves through education, skill building, and experiences that add value to our lives in the long run. By living within our means, we can achieve financial freedom and peace of mind, and live a fulfilling life based on our own goals and values. 2. Ignoring your debt. Ignoring your debt won't make it go away, and it's a surefire way to make it even worse. When you ignore your debts, the interest rates pile up, making it harder and harder to pay off what you owe. This can leave you struggling to save money or even to afford basic necessities. Getting too comfortable with bad debt is another common money mistake. In today's world, it can feel like debt is just a part of life. But the truth is, using debt to buy things you can't afford is a slippery slope that can lead to financial ruin. Credit card companies want you to be bad with your finances because that's how they make their money. So, if you can't pay off your credit card balance in full each month, that rewards card with its flashy perks and benefits is actually costing you more in interest than it's worth. 3. Buying on impulses. We all love a little retail therapy every now and then, but if you constantly find yourself broke, it might be time to take a closer look at your impulsive buying habits. Do you tend to buy things you don't actually need just because it's shiny and catches your eye? If so, you're not alone. Impulse buyers often justify their purchases by convincing themselves they need it or that they've earned it after a hard week at work. Constantly giving in to impulse buying sends a message to yourself and to others that you don't prioritize your financial well-being, which can lead to long-term financial struggles. So, before you make that next impulse purchase, take a moment to think about whether it's really worth it in the long run. 4. Working at a job you hate. Have you ever found yourself dragging your feet to work every day? Working a job that you hate can have a negative impact on your finances. It's not just about the paycheck. The constant dissatisfaction and demotivation can lead to a gloomy outlook on life, causing you to lose interest in things you once enjoyed. This lack of motivation can result in missed opportunities for growth and success, leaving you stuck in a stagnant position. And eventually, this can lead to financial struggles and poverty. It's time to prioritize your mental well-being and seek a fulfilling career that not only pays the bills, but also brings joy and purpose to your life. 5. Paying yourself last. Prioritizing your financial future may seem daunting, especially if you're struggling to make ends meet. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to see what's left over, treat your savings like a bill and put at least 10% of your income into a separate account. This simple habit will help structure your spending and ensure you have money left over to cover your expenses. Remember, the financial choices you make now will benefit not only yourself, but also your future self and family. Start prioritizing your financial future by paying yourself first. 6. Ignoring budgeting. Budgeting may sound like a snooze fest, but it's actually a powerful tool that can help you achieve financial freedom. Think of it as giving every dollar a mission to help you reach your goals. But let's be real, sticking to a budget is tough. To make it work, you need to know your starting point and have a clear goal in mind. Don't fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation either. Just because you earn more, It doesn't mean you should spend more. Using an app that connects to your bank account and tracks all your investments and spendings is an amazing way to keep yourself on a budget. 7. Putting everything on credit cards for the rewards. Credit cards can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, you can earn cashback rewards and airline miles just by swiping your card, but on the other hand, it's easy to fall into the trap of overspending and racking up a balance that you can't afford to pay off. The annual average of 22% credit card fees may be enough to wipe out your rewards entirely if you are not careful. Make sure you don't put everything on your credit card without considering if you can actually afford it. We've realized that we were guilty of justifying purchases we couldn't afford by telling ourselves that at least we've earned some miles. So what do I do now? For small everyday expenses like coffee and cab rides, I use my debit card or cash. But for bigger purchases like vacations or courses, I use my credit card for the rewards, but I immediately pay it off when the bill comes. This forces me to only buy what I can afford and still earn those sweet rewards. 8. Not planning for the future. When we're faced with a problem we can't solve, it's tempting to just sweep it under the rug and hope for the best. Some of us may even believe that the future will magically take care of itself, while others hope that they'll somehow become better equipped to handle it down the road. Have a solid plan in place for your financial future. One important aspect of that plan is having a stockpile of savings to fall back on. This ties into our point about paying yourself first. By setting aside just 10% of your income, you can start building up a 6-month emergency fund. Once you have that safety net in place, you can then start focusing on building your investment portfolio and exploring different investment opportunities. 9. Procrastination. Are you a procrastinator? We get it. Sometimes it's just easier to put off important decisions until the last minute. But what happens when you don't even make those decisions when they really matter? Financial decisions are timely, and postponing them can have a huge impact on your present and future financial condition. Your future self is depending on you to make the right decisions now. Saving, creating an emergency fund, and even getting a new job are all important decisions that can't be put off forever. By postponing them, you're unconsciously setting yourself up to stay poor. Don't do that to yourself. Make the tough decisions now, and your future self will thank you for it. 10. Focusing purely on saving money. Saving money means putting money in your pocket, but you can't just focus on saving and neglect making more money. To truly build wealth, you need to balance both sides of the equation by increasing your income streams while finding ways to save more of what you already have. The best part, there's no limit to how much money you can make if you're willing to put in the work. Invest in yourself and break free from your dependency on solely saving money.